All right, number 2, the graph above shows the distance traveled d in feet by a product on a conveyor belt m minutes after the product is placed on the belt. Which of the following equation correctly relates d and m? Okay, so d represents the distance traveled in feet, so that'll be the y values here. And m represent amount of time in minutes, so that's the x value pretty much. Okay, so on the horizontal, these are the m value, and then these number are the d value. Okay, and we want to see which equation correctly relates d and m. Okay, so let's look at this graph. Okay, we can figure out a pattern here. You see, when time is 0, we know the distance is also 0. So we have a point at 0, 0. And when the time increases to 1 minute, what's the distance traveled? You see, this is, when time is 1, the distance is 2. Right? In other words, when m is 1, d should be 2. Okay. And then when m is 2, d should be 4, right? So on and so forth. So we can kind of see this pattern. So pretty much as the time increased by 1 minute, the distance traveled increased by 2 feet, right? So then which one correctly relates this these two variables? So we'll check the answer choices. We could just plug in 1, right? When you plug in 1 for m, d should equal to 2. So which one does that? So A will work, right? Because if we do 2 times 1, is 1, 2 times 1 is 2, so that works. Right? When we plug in B, it doesn't work because it will be 1/2 times 1, that's 1/2, right? That's not 2. Okay, so when you plug in 1 for M, D should equal to 2. So if you plug in here, 1 plus 2 is 3, again, that doesn't work. And this one will give us 2 times 1 plus 2, which is 4. Again, that doesn't work. Okay, so the only one that can possibly work have to be A. Okay, and A makes sense because we said as the m value, right, increased by 1, the distance travel increased by 2. So that's like the slope. That's a rate of change. So here we have d equal to 2m, the slope is the number in front of m, so that's 2. Okay, so again, A should be our final answer here for this question.